I had already booked Toyota Hyryder. Then Honda released this car.
You were the first few customers and you still have such amazing experience with this car. Now imagine a Tata or a Mahindra. You would be a guinea pig. What are some of the things that really stood out to you? That yes,
The size, the comfort, the power. I wanted peace of mind and I got it.
I'm hearing a little bit of horror stories about Honda's sales and service both.
When I called to say, when is my car coming, they couldn't find me for a few minutes.
What are some of the things that you don't like about this car?
If you wanted performance option, if that's your thing, then this car is not for you.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why you think this car is not selling as much. Like you were just looking at the numbers before this, 55% year-on-year decline for Honda India sales, right? So something is up.
You can get more information of this car on AckoDrive.com. It is an expert-led platform for super smooth car buying. The entire process is stress-free. No dealership runs, no last-minute price hikes, just transparent, locked-in pricing from day one and hassle-free delivery experience. So go check out the best prices on AckoDrive.com.
Thank you. Today we are in a Honda Elevate. I have my colleague here, Kilol. Thank you, Kilol, for doing this for us. Elevate is one of those cars that a lot of people have been asking about. And so I thought, you have owned the Elevate for a while now. It's been how long since you had it?
It's been a year and 9 months.
Yeah, so you've like clearly been the OGs of Elevate who's bought this a long time ago before the world woke up to Elevate you. I don't think the world has still woken up to Elevate, but it's a really, this is probably the hottest segment out there.
Yeah.
From a competition standpoint. There's the Creta, there is the Seltos, there is the Hyryder, there is the Grand Vitara. There are like so many cars, and then Honda was late to this party of sorts.
Yeah,
and then they came in and you went in with this.
Yes.
So let's go back in time.
Sure.
Take us when you were buying this. Why this and not the other cars that I mentioned?
So in late 2023, I wanted a car. I had already booked the Toyota Hyryder,
Yeah.
but I was still on the wait list. It had not come yet.
And how long was the wait list?
I was waiting for about 6 months already.
Oh, wow.
And I was told I'll have to wait for a bit more. And then Honda released this car.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got a chance to test drive it,
Yeah.
I decided to go for it. And now the looks were polarizing. They still are. I think the whole muscular,
Yeah.
upright, boxy look.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship for some. But I was in the love camp, and I test drove. Obviously, I'd driven the city a little bit before.
Yeah.
I never owned one.
Oh, you owned the city?
I've not.
Okay.
But I've driven one from friends and family members and so on. So yeah, I was familiar with the platform and Honda reliability.
Yeah.
It was also very competitively priced.
How much did you?
So it was some 18.2 or something.
And this is the top end.
This is the top
with all the bells and whistles
and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought this is, and the Hyryder was like, I think 4 lakhs more almost.
Oh, that's a.
The top end variant. I mean, then it was a question of, do I want a strong hybrid or can I live with a regular, naturally aspirated petrol engine?
How much is your running?
It's not much. It's only run less than 10,000 kilometers so far.
Oh, that's really yeah. In 19 months you've not done 10 months or 10,000. So yeah, okay, then you do not.
Yeah,
so hybrid.
Yeah, it's the same whole diesel petrol thing that now applies to hybrid. I suppose in my case.
You get the 360.
There's no 360 camera, but there is a camera on the left ORVM.
Okay. So you chose this over the Hyryder.
Yeah.
And mostly because of waiting, you're saying. Had the waiting not been there, you would have bought it. You would be out of the market.
I might have already bought it, or if this had been a few months late, I would have already bought the Hyryder.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Got it. And this one, who else drives in your family? Is it just you? What's the use case for this car?
This is the primary car that I have.
Yeah.
The primary use case is home to office and office to home on 5 times a week basis.
Yeah.
And that's like whatever, 18 kilometers a day.
Yeah.
And which is why it's not run too much.
Yeah.
But I needed a car that was functional, comfortable enough, gets me from A to B without headaches.
Yeah.
That's Honda reliability, the tried and tested platform. So yeah,
it is a very planted. It's a heavy car. I did not anticipate it would be this heavy. early impressions of driving it for 5 minutes. I feel it's quite a heavy car. Has it, now that you've had it for like what, 19 months, has it given you any headaches, or has it been
none.
the peace of mind that you wanted?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wanted peace of mind, and I got it, right? So it's a car that like is very forgiving.
Yeah.
There's no learning curve, and yeah, it just holds its own.
Which car were you driving before this?
I came from a small car. I still have the Grand i10.
Okay.
And
So you're upgrading.
yeah. So this was an upgrade, and it was anyway 9 years old at that point of time. So it was time to upgrade.
Got it. So tell us some of those things that you really found exciting about the car in the early days. I know it's been a while, so now you've probably gotten used to those exciting things also. But what are some of the things that really stood out to you? Like, yes, this has amazing feature and so on.
I mean, I'd driven larger cars before, but obviously when you upgrade, the first thing you notice is the size, the comfort, the power. Coming from a small car, obviously the driving stance is different.
Yeah.
You can see the edges of the bonnet.
Actually,
there.
that's a big one. You can really see edge to edge.
So while you are driving a big car, you know exactly where you are relative to other cars on the street in heavy Indian traffic. And yeah, I think in general, the overall comfort just has a significant step jump. So that was the fun part. You get used to it. So now if I drive the other car, obviously I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? But it had its place, you know, when you don't have a lot of parking spots and you need
poor i10, poor humble i10.
you need to get into like cramped spaces, it still does its job. So yeah.
And how's your family like this?
Oh, they love it. Yeah, so there's emotional connection to the other car because the other car was...
So that's the same in my case also.
Yeah.
I mean, not the, like my 3-year-old is not allowing us to sell this thing.
Exactly.
He's like,
So,
I love that car. How can you sell that?
yeah, so our 9-year-old was also born and brought home and from the hospital in the other car.
Yeah.
And so like there's sort of that emotional connection.
It's the thing, these first cars, they don't, it's not hard to, it's not hard to sort of let them go.
Exactly.
The second car, they don't care about as much.
Yeah.
But I think the first car there is something there. So I +1 to that. Okay. What are some of the pros of this car?
So I think I mentioned the Honda reliability and sort of the...
Tell me more about this Honda reliability. I've never owned a Honda.
So I think the thing is the city has basically been around for a couple of decades in India, at least, right? And it's never faced a problem. You can basically keep running the engine. It's got the same Japanese finesse and it's been tried and tested in the Indian conditions, right? So there's never been a Honda gearbox issue that at least I have known of, right? As opposed to, for example, the Skoda DQ200 series that we all know of. So I think that was the thing that was important for me.
You basically don't want a headache at all. If my गाड़ी में कुछ खराब हो गया तो मैं...
नहीं. This is the primary car, right?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you can take an Uber. If you wanted to go somewhere, but like I don't want to, right? So,
and I think that's why you were going for a Toyota also in the first place, because you wanted that same like no nonsense ownership.
So two reasons. One was reliability, and the second was the Korean twins didn't have the best safety record, right? So those were out.
The Seltos and the Creta were out for that.
And the Creta were out for that reason. So then the follow up between the Germans and the Japanese.
Follow up on the safety. Back when you bought this, were the safety ratings out?
No, I don't think they're still out.
They're exactly.
Yeah, so but the city had a 5-star rating. This is the same platform. I think later on the Japanese NCAP also tested a made in India version of this that gets sold in the Japan market.
Yeah.
Which also got a 5-star rating.
Yeah.
So overall, I was more confident.
Yeah.
I did test drive the Kushaq and the Taigun as well.
Yeah.
I don't think the Savia was out. It was just about to be out at that time. But yeah, I think I was just not sure if the safety rating is great. And sort of the look is and the feel is solid. The cars had that crossover look.
Yeah.
And so I felt like if I'm buying an SUV, it should look like an SUV.
Yeah, it's not an SUV. Kushaq doesn't look like an SUV at all. I feel personally, it's more hatchback than SUV in my personal opinion. This definitely feels a lot bigger. And I really love the edge to edge. I am quite impressed with that. I recently drove a Thar Rocks, and even there, it's as good as that. Like that's saying something because Thar takes pride in that, na?
Correct.
Commanding position. So it is pretty commanding.
Yeah. The other thing that of course I like is the ground clearance.
How is that?
It's about 220 mm. I think it was.
What the f?
class leading. I think it's still class leading.
220 is a lot.
Yeah, so it holds its own. Right? Gurgaon range, we don't have a problem. I've driven a few times.
Fair bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And have you taken it in waterlogged roads and like?
It has. I have. So, of course, not on purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Majboori.
Exactly. So, I have had that opportunity. So, it has held its own.
Gurgaon gives us that opportunity often.
Yes. I didn't feel like I'm floating, thankfully. So, yeah, it does well. Obviously, the height if you're sensitive to it, there is some body roll.
There is? I haven't felt it.
I mean, if you're banking hard on turn, then there might be some body roll.
Little bit.
Yeah,
little
there
bit.
is some body roll.
Still not.
It's not too bad.
Nothing major.
Yeah. You feel it when you drive up in the hills, where you're turning all the time.
How was the experience of driving this in the hills? Now that you bring that up.
Oh, there's plenty of power. If there's linear delivery, you don't have the turbo kick, but there's plenty of power to drive up any incline.
How are the gear shifts? Because that's been my issue with Slavia, where I have struggled. So I usually in the hills I go on the pedal shifter mode.
Yeah.
And manually sort of take charge.
Yeah.
Did you have to do that in this, or
I didn't need to, but it does have pedal shifters which work in sport mode.
Okay.
We currently in drive mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can shift up and down.
But did you feel the need, or you think
I didn't really feel the need.
The shifting on its own was smooth enough?
Honestly, I don't drive in the hills that often.
Yeah.
I've probably gone there 3 times in this car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, it holds its own.
Got it. What other pros can you think of? How is the music system? How is the infotainment?
Music system is okay. It's good enough.
Yeah.
I usually listen to audiobooks and not songs. But yeah, it works. It's not like the best or anything, but it's functional like everything else in this car.
And what about like integrations? Have you faced issues with like an Apple phone or an Android phone? Any of those glitches?
I have both phones. I have an Android and an iOS.
Yeah.
It works when you bring in whichever is already paired, you will pair first. If you leave the other phone at home, then it will pair the other one.
Okay.
So that is not an issue. You were asking about other pros. The boot space is pretty large. It's probably among the bigger boots in this segment. So there's ample space for like a number of large bags. Yeah.
Feels like a pretty well-rounded, well-thought-through car.
Yeah, exactly.
While they were late to the party, feels like even the interior quality, like all of this leather upholstery here, is pretty plush.
Yeah, it's leatherite, but yeah, there are no bells and whistles, so you don't get like mood lighting or whatever. But yeah, it works, right? The use case is if you don't care for the bells and whistles, you care for zero headaches. You forget about servicing for a couple of months, and it will still keep running. And
how has the servicing been? Have you, is it a 6-monthly cycle or an annual cycle?
So the first service and then the 6-month service and then the annual cycle.
Yeah.
So it's gone through those 3 and then the next one is now coming up.
Yeah.
Overall experience, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they had cleaned the car better when they returned it.
Yeah.
And they don't actually remind you for some reason. It is here. I didn't get reminders. So I had to remember to send it and I was a bit late already. So, but yeah, it works. It didn't complain. And overall, I think servicing experience was okay. They called me and said, okay, this specific thing, I don't really think you need to change it. Should I still change it? आप बोल रहे हो तो बदल दूंगा. So I was like, ठीक है फिर मत बदलो.
Typical.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing a little bit of horror stories about Honda sales and service both, right? That while the product itself is really good, the dealership network and the dealership motivations I feel are lacking somewhere. Have you felt that?
I do think they need to catch up. So the sales experience was okay. For some reason, the person I was talking to probably left, and then when I called to say when is my car coming, they couldn't find me for a few minutes, and then they were like, oh yeah, okay, yes. Actually, we have one available now, but it's not in the color you want. So I said, okay, no, I'll still wait. But so yeah, it wasn't too bad, but there was small friction point.
When you went to take the test drive, how were they? Were they welcoming or were they like?
Yeah, that was not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All that was okay.
There was a queue because I was one of the first ones, so there were quite a few people. So I would have preferred a longer test drive.
Yeah.
The kind we're doing now.
Yeah.
And that was not really available because a bunch of people waited. But yeah, they were welcoming.
And how have the service costs been?
The free services have been fine,
Yeah.
right? So what the consumables that are to be paid for.
Yeah.
The labor is free, so which is expected, right? So yeah, it's not too bad at the moment. What you would expect for a car of this price point. There are no surprises.
What about cons now? What are some of the things that you don't like about this car?
I mean, the first one would be the drivetrain, right? If you wanted like a performance option with a turbo engine, that doesn't exist. Same way, there are no bells and whistles.
This is on the engine. What? How many?
It's a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. Sufficient power, linear delivery of power on a CVT gearbox anyway. And but that's it.
But it's not like the I see your point.
Yeah, exactly, right. So if you've driven a turbocharged car, you know the turbo kick after a lag.
Yeah.
That is simply not there.
Yeah.
Right. So if that's your thing, then this car is not for you.
Yeah.
Same way, there are no bells and whistles really. So there's no ventilated seats.
Oh, there's don't have
No, doesn't have panoramics and roof. Does not have 360-degree camera. Right. So those things are like, if you really care for those things, then they just don't exist even in the top end variant.
Strange though.
Yeah. But I think to make up for it, they priced it comparatively. So compared to the competition, the top end variant where all of those bells and whistles exist in the competition, you do have to pay for it.
Also, I don't think you can beat the Koreans when it comes to those features, right? Like they will throw the kitchen sink at the car in terms of
there's no air purifier.
Oh, this other
for Delhi Air, for example. So like those.
Are you planning to get that aftermarket?
I do have one. I use it in the winters.
So same. I also have one which I bought because even the Slavia doesn't have it, and I have a Cubo one which fits in well in these glass holders, and I use it because of the air.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is starting to get dirty now.
Yes.
You can start telling them winter's coming.
Yeah.
But what other aftermarket accessories? So one, you have the air purifier. Did you get a dash cam? Did you get any other aftermarket accessories?
Not really. Like for my running, I didn't feel like there was a need for it. Dash cam, like unless you worry about rear-ending someone.
Yeah.
Or
someone else rear-ending
into you. Or like the Indian use case of you trying to argue with the traffic cop.
Oh man,
I didn't actually break the signal.
That was my biggest trigger to get it. That is actually why I got it, because on the Subhash Chowk signal, Bakhtawar Chowk signal, this guy would always stop me, and I'd be like, I have gone on green. It's just that there was traffic from the green to this junction, and that's why I had stuck. And so he would never listen. I'm like, I'm gonna get a dash cam for you. And somehow the other thing I've noticed is after I got a dash cam, he stopped stopping me, because now he knows that I have proof. So this, like, at least in my experience, now he doesn't trouble me because he's like, ye mujhe dikha dega.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was my use case to get the dash cam. But we don't running, if you don't have much running, like, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else that you get that you got?
No, not really.
What the top models anyway?
The top end variant, I didn't want to then think too much. I have thought about the dash cam. I've not yet pulled the trigger. You were asking about annoyances.
Yes.
I think ADAS, while it's a feature, I think the collision prevention system goes in overdrive, and you can switch it off, but then it switches back on when you turn the engine back on. So
is it on right now?
Yeah, it is on right now. So if you go over 60, for example, the lane departure assist will kick in and prevent you from changing the lane to the extent it can, and flash a thing there. But I think in heavy bumper-to-bumper traffic, people crossing the street, the car has no belief in your ability to brake, and it brakes, right? So it just doesn't trust you.
I like how you put it. They don't know ability.
The car does not trust you. It will apply the brakes, and you're like,
but that's dangerous, right? Could be a little...
I mean, somebody can rear-end you, basically.
And you can't turn it off?
You can.
Okay.
You just have to do it every time you drive.
It's an annoyance that every morning before you... I'm sure it's like a muscle memory for you. You start the car, you switch that off.
Yeah.
Is it easy to switch it on and off?
No, it's right here. Like you can go into the menu and switch it off.
Okay, thankfully. There's a lot of buttons here.
Yes. Like not the best, so like there's nothing here. Like what is it?
Yeah.
Right? It's blank. Right? So
this Slavia में भी है, by the way. यहाँ पे 2-3 ऐसे फालतू buttons हैं. In blank. यहाँ भी 2-4 buttons हैं. वो दबते हैं, but this blank.
Yeah. Cruise control, if you do highway driving, that is good.
Okay.
Right? So that works as intended.
So ADAS is a problem.
ADAS, like the collision mitigation system is a bit of a problem in Indian back-to-back traffic.
Yeah. I really like this.
Yeah,
This
so
is the
that's
first time I'm seeing this. The Koreans have it here. When you give an indicator, na,
Yeah.
the camera thing appears here. But this is really nice that when you give the signal, it shows up.
And if you have nothing connected, then this is one of the default views that you could select. Like,
Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Very useful. I'm sure you use that a lot.
yeah, I do.
It's a very, I hear you on the no nonsense piece. It's driven really like calmly.
See, this is the other annoyance. I didn't talk about it. But
No Type-C.
No Type-C.
And who has this anymore?
Yeah, and even at the back, it's the same. So no Type-C charging.
थोड़ा old school है ये.
Huh.
Do you find wireless chargers to be useful? What's your take?
No.
Even on long drives, I don't find them to be useful. Because what I have noticed is that if you're connected to all of this stuff, your battery is being consumed. And this is barely replenishing at the same rate.
Yeah.
And so it's not like that if you put this for 4 hours and like you've gone on a driveway and like from 40% it'll go up to 80%, 100%. No, it'll, in my experience, at least in my wireless charger, it barely goes up. Like 40.
No, in my case, it does go up.
Yeah.
It does go up. But depends on where you start. Like if you're at 20 and then you're using it continuously for everything, then you're probably going to struggle.
Yeah. So during winters, driving this during winters is not a problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem. The ADAS, if it's very foggy, the ADAS basically says driver assist functions are not available right now.
How's the rear seat comfort?
It's pretty good. And actually there's an incline, if you can sit down, there's an incline on your footrest. So your foot actually rests in a comfortable position.
Nice.
Even in the rear seat. One of the other things is if you're tall, this doesn't go back too much. Like try and push it back. That's it.
Oh.
That's it. So if you're tall and you have long legs.
You are my height only.
Yeah. So for me, it's fine. But if you're like
slightly
like
taller.
6 foot or taller, you might not be happy with the amount of leg room you have.
But that's strange. No? They could have given more space because it's not like they're crunched for space at the back. They have plenty of space at the back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Say, yaar, Japan mein bhi ye gaadi. They sell it there.
It's not called the Elevate. I think they call it the WRV, maybe.
Oh, no, I'll check. You're right. Honda Elevate is sold in Japan as the Honda WRV. Exported from India. It's the same car. Exported from India and launched in November 2023. The WRV has achieved a perfect 5-star rating in Japan. JNCAP.
Yeah.
Including recent black style version. Yeah. Key differences क्या हैं इसके? Exterior, black ORVMs, black shark fin, ये सब ठीक है. It's just black styling.
Seating, that's it.
But they are struggling to sell this in India though. Honda Elevate sales. Let's discuss that actually. They're really struggling in this segment. Like this is such a hot segment. Like look at this. 1 year report card of the Honda Elevate. Look at this. What is this? 1,300 units a month. That was last year. And Honda in all sold 5,300 units. That is nothing. 5,300 units. And this car selling 2,000 units in this segment is not okay.
Yeah.
Amaze is selling 2,600, which is a much cheaper car.
Yeah.
And this is the hottest segment and you're not able to sell cars in this. Look at this. Honda sales down 55% year on year. After GST also these cars are struggling. My goodness. So it's not as punchy as the City.
No, it's not. The car is significantly heavier than the City.
Yeah,
it's the same engine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a con for me. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you think this car is not selling as much, because like you were just looking at the numbers before this, 55% year on year decline for Honda India sales, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And despite GST reduction, still they are struggling to sell these cars. So something is up.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't invest in India for the longest time.
Yeah.
So their brand position itself weakened. The product portfolio was very thin. And then like this car specifically, it does not have like, there's no future proofing. There's no hybrid powertrain.
Yeah.
No roadmap for a potential EV coming anytime soon.
And it doesn't have the bells and whistles that
doesn't have the bells and whistles.
Something in this segment.
So like, what does it have, right?
ये ना बीच में फंस गए हैं. मुझे लग रहा है देखो, on the one hand they are not an enthusiast cars, which is what the Slavia and the Virtus and that positioning is become. That if you want a turbo charged fun to drive car, here is what you go. What you compromise are on the bells and whistles. So they've owned that safety and that speed narrative and positioning. And then there's the Koreans who have obviously established the positioning around best-in-class features, feature set and all of that. It's okay. Safety, nobody talks about that. So they're okay.
There is no narrative that the Elevate has.
So Elevate is stuck in between. Like what is your... And Toyota, obviously being Toyota, reliability, they've owned it and they continue to deliver on that. So Honda is neither here nor there. It's a little bit of positioning mismatch.
Yeah,
That's why maybe they are struggling to sell it.
exactly. Yeah.
But if you don't care about any of those things, then you want a car that can do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Which has a decent engine, very comfortable ride quality, more reliable than the Germans, safer than the Koreans, almost as reliable as the Japanese Toyota. Then I guess that's where this fits.
Yeah.
And that's why you should get this. Sorry, one thing, I didn't ask you this. When you were buying this, did you get any discounts? Were they?
No, actually, because I was among the first few.
Yeah, I thought as much.
There weren't those options available. I tried to negotiate, and then I decided to not buy some forced accessories that they were trying to shove down my throat.
Yeah.
But other than that, there were no real discounts.
The other thing is, actually, is that you bring up, you were the first few customers and you still have such amazing experience with this car. Now imagine a Tata or a Mahindra. If you were buying a Tata or a Mahindra and if you were in the first batch of people who were buying that car, you would be a guinea pig. And how? You would get a half-baked car with half the features coming OTA. 5 times you go into the service center because, hey, something else is malfunctioning. There are electronics being all over the place. The good news is this car doesn't have too many electronics, but I guess that's the QC and the quality control that these cars also do, that to make sure that no matter whether you're first customer in the first launch or like after 19 months, if you're buying it, you will still have a a seamless experience and not something really painful.
And I value that peace of mind
Yeah.
over all the other sort of features.
100%. I think anybody who has a busy life, who is like has 500 things to navigate through, right? Like you work, you have a pretty hectic work life. And this is the last thing that you want on your mind, right? ये गाड़ी में ये नहीं चल रहा है या ये सर्विस पे जानी है because of like some issue and niggle, and so that is really avoidable, I feel. And so kudos to Honda to at least making sure that even though Kilol was one of the first buyers of the car, he has faced nothing and it continues to deliver a very smooth ownership experience. Yeah. Cool. I think that was a good way to end the video. That I actually like that we covered that positioning also, because
I didn't realize, because after you buy the car, you don't actually start researching how much is it now selling.
Yeah, but like look at it, right? It's completely gone off the charts. You saw that chart.
Yeah, exactly.
55% year-on-year decline is there. I'd be worried if I were Honda India.
Yeah, you should be. This car was supposed to come and save them.
Correct. This was supposed to be their savior. You're right. Like nothing happened. I also feel like they lost track somewhere now when they discontinued their CRVs and Accords.
Yeah.
Because that at least was giving them the premium positioning. They've lost of that as well. So it's a little bit of a confused brand now. Also, I think our generation feels so strongly about Honda is because we've seen the Honda City to be that status symbol, that aspirational car. Even that has lost its aspiration now.
Yeah.
There is nothing aspirational about the Honda City anymore.
Up to aspiration is obviously, India progressing aspirations are like the big German 3 brands, right?
Okay, thank you so much, Kilol. That brings us to the end of today's video. I quite enjoyed the Elevate. I thought it was very planted. It was very stable. Also, I quite like the no-nonsense experience that this car offers. And I wish it was selling more, but 55% year-on-year decline in sales is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But wishing you a lot of happy miles in this, and thank you for joining us.
Sure, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.